N8N is great to build AI automations on top of HubSpot and integrate it with practically anything else. By the end of this video, you will know how to first auto-import leads from an external system fully fitting your workflow, and second, building AI assistants that can access, and if we give them access rights, even edit HubSpot data. Both of these without any code, only using the automation tool N8N. Let's jump into our N8N console, add the new workflow, and start with a first step. Search for HubSpot. Now, scrolling down, we can see that we have a huge variety of different actions that we can perform with this node. For now, let's select Search Contacts. To make this work, as usual, we need a credential to connect to HubSpot. So let's select Create a new credential. And to get the credential, we need to go to developers.hubspot.com and create a developer account. We can do this with our normal HubSpot account if we have one, or we have to create a fresh one. From the dashboard, let's go to Legacy Apps on the left, which is the simplest solution for an internal automation, and choose Private here. We need to give the app a name to proceed. I'll just generate a random name, or we can type something like N8N HubSpot tutorial for this. And then we arrive to the Scopes tab. We have to add our scopes, which represent the specific permissions or actions that the credential can perform, that is allowed to perform. And we need contacts.read and write, as well as companies.read and write for what we are building. Today, different actions can require different permissions, but we can always come back and update this later. Now, once we've done that, let's click Create App in the top right and confirm the prompt to continue creating a private app. And we are taken back to the app dashboard. Once there, go to the Auth tab, and here we can reveal and copy our access token, which is exactly that key that we need to add back to N8N for the credential to connect. Back on the N8N credential screen, switch the connection type to app token, and we can save, just paste the token that we just got and click on save. Great, the connection tested successfully. Now we can close this dialog and run a quick test of this search contacts action. And we can see that this returns the sample data that was added to a new account, which is some HubSpot employees' email addresses that we actually see in our contacts. In this case, we have our leads stored in an external Google spreadsheet, and we want to automatically import these contacts into HubSpot running every day. This is great for automating data entry for external forms or other sources. Let's create a new workflow for this and start by adding a Google Sheets node. Select the Get Rows in Sheet operation within there, so we can read the existing data of sheet table. On the cloud-hosted N8N, connecting a Google account is very simple and accessing our sheets. We will go to the credential and click the Sign In button to authorize our account, just like we would with any other Google authenticated app. Then select the specific document and the sheet name from the drop-down list. And we can already run this node to verify the data structure in the output window. We have the table view to see it better. Now let's search for and add the HubSpot node to the workflow. We will choose the create or update contact to update records, which prevents creating duplicates by only updating existing email records. So here, let's drag the email from the input data directly to the email field. This comes from the Google Sheet. And to add other details of the leads, click Add Property and search for company name first, which we can map from our sheet. What we can add any other custom attribute or built-in attribute, we will do the same with first name. And then at the end, we can also find phone number and also add it. And then just the same, we get it from the output data of the Google Sheet. Now, when the mapping of the attributes is done, let's click execute step on the right to test this node already and see what happens. So it should return a success message once it's done. We can see that it happened and it returned some data. Now we can verify in the contacts page of our HubSpot account that what we had in the Google Sheet was indeed added to our HubSpot. We can come here, and after refreshing the data, we will see that yes, all of these contacts from our Google Sheet source were synced into HubSpot. And this is how we effectively automated imports with N8N. We could use any other source from the thousands of apps that integrate with N8N, so it just doesn't only work with Google Sheets. In just a moment, I'll also show you how to build a chat AI agent that can access your HubSpot data. By the way, all automations and agents that I build in this video are available for completely free as templates on the link below, so make sure to check that out. And also, if you consider to have an automation or agent custom built for your business, then we also offer a half-an-hour free consultation to discuss your needs and suggest the best solutions. Link for that is also in the description and the pinned comment. Now, let's get to building our AI agent. Now, let's make our AI agent that we can use through a chat interface, and it can connect to HubSpot, write data to it, or read data from it. For this, we will start by creating a new workflow in N8N, naming it, and then selecting the AI agent as our first node. In here, we have to add a chat model, and I will use the OpenAI node and select the GPT 5.2 model, which is the latest at the time of this recording. When you are setting this up, there might be later better models or cheaper ones as well. And we should also add a memory node, which allows the agent to maintain context and keep a conversation going. So it cannot just answer single questions, but it can remember what happened before. And then the next one is the tools. We select the HubSpot tool so the agent can connect to our system and perform actions. Let's start with a create or update operation for contacts, and for the email we'll let the model define this parameter by itself, so this is something that the model can choose, and then we will add the other properties, which can be custom properties or built-in properties, and we will allow all of them to be set by the model, so we can instruct it and it will be able to choose these arguments based on that. Now let's save what we built so far, and we can start testing it in the chat. So we open the chat, which is the built-in chat within the building interface of workflows. And I will ask it to add a new contact, which will be Michael Scott from Michael Scott Paper Company, and we add the email to it. And on the right, we can see the agent's logic. It consulted the memory and called the HubSpot tool to actually create what we asked it. Now, switching over to HubSpot, we can confirm that the new contract was indeed added and it has the correct details what we asked for the agent. Now let's make the agent a little more versatile and add multiple tools to it. In this case, I will create a find contact search or contact search tool where I will add a specific filter, in this case the company name, and we can set the operator to contains to allow more flexibility, and then the value again will be set by the LLM. And since it now has multiple tools, it can choose to perform multiple actions, like a single agent can decide which agent is appropriate for the situation based on what we have prompted it. Now I will add the third one quickly, which is to be able to search by email as well, and then again we choose the defined by the model option. And now we can test with multiple different instructions, including search for people in a company. So I will just ask for it to search in the paper company, and we can see that it even sent the record link to us of the person that it found, and we can just go to that link and verify that indeed it works in HubSpot. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. I do want to look into some more complex use cases of HubSpot Connection 2 or any other business automation use case that you're struggling with or you want to see some content on. And don't forget to subscribe for more useful content on your business automation journey with N8N and other tools. See you in the next video.